Hey everyone, today we are looking at the best survivors in Dead by Daylight. It's kind of hard to judge survivors, unlike killers, who we can just assess their power with. Survivors don't have anything really to define each of them, other than a few things. First, we'll be including their teachables into consideration. Then we're also taking into consideration their engine noises, and finally their range of cosmetics that may give them assistance in in-game actions, such as hiding or evading effectively. That's going to be how I'm judging survivors for this video, on which are the best. Let's get into it. Meg is our first pick. I would personally argue that Meg has some of the best perks on a single character in the game. This is mostly the reason why people main Meg in the first place. She's free and right off you can get some of the best perks. First off we have Sprint Burst, which is my favourite exhaustion perk due to it allowing you to sometimes end chases before they even start. Sprint Burst activates only on you beginning to run, where it gives you a boost of speed for a few seconds, allowing you to make some serious ground and get a huge head start on the killer. A downside however being that you can't really hold on to Sprint Burst. It activates as soon as you start running, meaning you have to walk the whole time, otherwise you'll use it and you'll have to wait 60 seconds for it to cool down again. Its ability to allow you to traverse the map at high speed and also get huge head starts makes this perk very powerful. Second, we have Adrenaline. This is an endgame perk that activates upon all the generators being completed. When this happens, it will instantly heal you for a single health state, meaning if you are down, it will make you injured, and if you are injured, it will make you healthy. It also gives you a boost in speed, which lasts a few seconds. This perk can really come in clutch and is one of a kind. It effectively rewards you for doing the generators by giving you a free heal. Pretty good. Finally with Meg, you get Quick and Quiet. This basically makes any fast action like vaulting or jumping into lockers completely silent. This is helpful because it can confuse killers when running loops, as they'll be listening for that notification sound and visual indicator, meaning you can slip away pretty easily. You can also use it to hide in a locker mid-chase without the killer hearing or seeing you did it. This perk is underrated. Meg also has a range of darker cosmetics, although not many cover up all the brighter or lighter parts of her body. In many she has large sections of exposed skin, or they are simply short-sleeved. You know, all this kind of stuff. Ideally you want something that completely covers up arms and hands, neck, head, everything, so she's pretty average in this regard. Her injured noises are, well, they are quite loud. With that said, a lot of people play Meg, and therefore having this injured noise could allow you to maybe blend with other survivors or Megs within the game, if you were being tunneled for example. So I think there are positives despite her being quite loud. She also wins points for being a lot shorter and smaller than pretty much every male character, allowing her to hide far easier. Bill is our second pick. Bill is a great character in regards to his perks, which are very strong, a lot like Meg's. Bill has Unbreakable, a perk that lets you pick yourself off the ground once per trial. This can be situational, as a lot of the time killers won't slug unless they have to. If your team gets snowballed, this perk is invaluable though. Having this perk, or even playing as Bill, will make the killer a lot more inclined to insta-hook you, which can give you the edge on teammates finishing gens and such. This perk really changes how killers will play the game. Next we have Borrowed Time. This perk is an anti-tunnel perk that activates when you unhook a teammate in the killer's terror radius. With this perk you'll give your teammate the endurance status effect, which means they can take an extra hit. This perk is simply great because it will save teams, a lot like Unbreakable. It can make a hook in the endgame collapse recoverable, you know, situations like that. Finally we have Left Behind. This perk lets you see the hatch when you are near it, and that's about it. It's a pretty selfish perk unless you have a key. And also if you are last in the trial, you'll probably be able to hear the hatch anyway, so this perk isn't that great. But Bill's other perks redeem him in this regard. In terms of Bill's clothing options, he has two. His basic look and his Christmas sweater. Both are average for hiding and stealth opportunities. In addition, Bill is really loud, maybe one of the loudest in the game. Even when he's just walking around, he's grumbling and groaning, and when he is injured, he's loud basically. Bill's perks redeem him, but I wouldn't so much recommend him as a character to play. With that said, stick eye and will on him, and Bill's good to go. Felix is our third pick. Felix is a very new addition to the DVD roster, from the most recent chapter. He's pretty amazing I think. I mean, just look at him. Yeah, so his perks are great right off. Desperate Measures, this will give you a stackable percentage increase to altruistic actions for every injured or dying survivor, so basically super speed healing whenever lots of your team are injured. He also gets Visionary, which will reveal generator auras when you are close by. Simple but universally helpful for players of any skill really. There are times when I'm on new maps like Midwich and I can't find generators still, so I think there's solid value here. Finally, Felix has Built to Last, which gives you 50% more item charge after you fully deplete an item. So you kind of regenerate 50% of the item back. This perk can be insane, whether you want a huge chunk more of medkit for tons of heals, or a bit more speed for generators with a toolbox. Whatever it is, it will give you more charges and it's very good. Felix also isn't that loud in my opinion. I found when around injured Felixes that I don't really tend to notice them that much. So I think he gets a pass here, at least over a lot of other characters. Felix however has got a very large frame, so he's not the best for hiding or stealth. His cosmetics though do even this out. His dark blue default suit isn't too bad, and most of its outfits are pretty good for evasion too. Tap is our number 4. Tap is completely slept on in my opinion, both in regards to his perks, his hiding ability, and also his groans of pain aren't too bad. Not many people play Tap, which also means not many people will be able to identify which character they are hearing when they are injured, making it easier for you to evade the killer if you are potentially being tunneled. Tap's perks are pretty cool, and quite useful because they work mostly passively. First off, Tenacity is going to allow you to crawl considerably faster when downed. This can lead to clutch situations if you are slugged, as you can crawl far away and make it very hard to be found. You can often be revived or recover and make it out alive. Oh yeah, and this perk also lets you recover while you crawl. Sometimes I admit though this perk can be a bit too situational. Then we have Detective's Hunch. This perk really puts Tap up into the top tiers in my opinion with the current Hex Undying meta. You need to be finding totems in games now as they can last for far longer. Detective's Hunch will reveal all items in a 64 meter range when a gen is completed, including totems. So this perk is great for systematically taking each totem out of the game whilst not wasting time by searching for the totems, but instead doing gens, then doing totems when they are revealed. Stakeout is his final perk, and this will give you tokens when in the killer's terror radius. With these tokens, any good skill check will turn into a great. This is amazing for situations where the killer runs slowdown perks like Sloppy, as heals can be majorly sped up with great skill checks. Ideally you want to be using this for that, as gens are a bit average for this perk, but still useful. So yeah, Tap is actually really great in my opinion. He doesn't get the recognition he deserves. Feng is our final pick. I've said many times that I personally view Feng as the most well-rounded survivor in the game in terms of her perks. She has a perk for basically each aspect of gameplay. Lithe gives you a speed boost when you fast vault. This is ideal for chases and quick movement around the map. Unlike Sprint Burst, it doesn't require you to immediately activate it in a chase, which is pretty nice. And then we have Alert, which is a perk that will flash the killer's aura when they do a break action, so breaking gens, pallets, that kind of thing. This is a great information perk. And then we have Technician, a perk that reduces audible noises from a generator by 8 meters and gives you a 50% chance for a generator to not explode when a skill check has failed. All good perks. She does have downsides however in other aspects. For example, a large amount of Feng's clothing is very bright, and the free clothing she has doesn't offer that much option to play in a stealthy way. If you're playing Feng, then you're going to be drawing attention, which isn't always the worst thing. It depends on how you want to play, I guess. Feng also has very loud screams and injury noises. This does work against her, however. I believe she is actually one of the loudest in the game. It's very distinct, it's very loud, and so as a result the killer is going to be able to locate you and also set you apart from other survivors quite easily. But a lot like Meg, there's a lot of Feng players out there, so you might just be able to distort the killer in this way. Overall, she's a very well-rounded, if not the most well-rounded survivor in the game. Alright, that's gonna do it. I do hope you enjoyed. Who do you consider to be the best? Thanks, and goodbye.